Friends, listen, this is Stephen Benoon with Israeli News Live. We're talking with Motasem Dalloul in Gaza, in the occupied Gaza, what's left of it, which is not very much. And it's very, very sad what we're seeing that has happened to the people of Gaza. Israel, the Israeli government, the IDF, along with the complicity of the United States, Great Britain, have genocide this people. And our hearts are broken. Every time I see Motasem, I'm just thankful that he's still alive. But we know that you guys, Motasem, have a very hard way to go. So please share with us what you can, what's happening now. You can see the scenes in the background behind you. You know the shells and the bullet holes all in the building. What little few buildings are left? If you can hear me, Motasem, it has froze up on you just as
My
soon
whole
as you
is
try to
full.
talk.
I,
Okay,
I, I, I've collected some bricks and rebuilt them and made something like this. I'm trying to make a bathroom, as you see here, and there are some, as you see, old bricks, and
the signal is in and out. So just you have to understand Israel has banned. They keep everything from. Okay, we have signal again. Go ahead, Motasem. I think
because
they
the
intentionally.
walls are
There we
better
go.
than tents, because there are always
I think they're trying to jam our signal here.
me and everyone and everywhere, so that to hide behind a brick or a wall is better than hiding or sleeping behind the.
If you can hear me, Motasem, your signal is broken again. And friends, listen, this is what happens over and over and over. We can talk, him and I, but as soon as we start to record, this is what they do.
I don't
Now you are
see
in
you.
Al Jazeera studio.
Do you see me?
Yes, I see you fine, Motasem. Okay. They're trying to keep us from
I use
recording.
I bought the I placed my mobile on a brick, and inshallah it will.
Motasem, I got a picture of you, but it's frozen, and I hear every once in a while. Okay, he knows how this is. The thing is, for those of you that are listening, because we're still recording, I just want you to understand the difficulty to be able to do an interview like this from Gaza is very, very hard because Israel doesn't allow signal to go in there. So it's the Palestinians they do their best to put something together to make it work to get the message to the world of what's really happening there. So there we go. Now we have you, Motasem. This is my wife, Yana. She is broken for all the Palestinians. You go ahead and share while we have you.
Welcome, and thank you for being with us. And I want to tell you about the latest development here in Gaza today. About 2 hours ago, the Israeli occupation forces guarding the GHF's so-called aid distribution center in Rafah opened fire at the starving aid seekers, killing 15 of them and wounding 60 others. This is the last Israeli attack on the starving people in Gaza. At the same time, the Israeli occupation authorities and the Israeli occupation officials keep marketing and promoting the GHF as the best way to distribute it instead of after accusing the UN agencies, including UNRWA and the World Food Program and others, of working or cooperating with the Palestinian resistance, and the Palestinian resistance steal the aid which come to the Gazans through these UN agencies. However, and the GHF claims that it has so far distributed more than 60 million meals, but we don't see these millions. I don't know where are these millions. I only see the tens and hundreds of starving people being killed while they are going to get the aid from their so-called aid distribution centers. In the last 30 days, were killed near and while they are lining up to get the aid from these so-called aid distribution centers in Rafah and in Wadi Gaza, and people 40 kilometers in order to reach these aid centers. No transportation, no even donkey carts, because the Israeli occupation prevent cars and vehicles from moving from the northern parts of Gaza to the southern parts of Gaza, and all these all the three GHF aid centers are located in the southern part of Gaza Strip, so that people from our area, the southern parts of the northern parts of the
You
Gaza
cut
Strip
out
have
just
to
now.
walk
There
on
we go.
40 kilometers to get
Motasem is cut out again. If you're able to hear me, which may
some aid. And sometimes or most time they come.
is cut.
Do you
Okay. It now for a moment it cut out for about 30 seconds. I wanted to ask you, this group that Israel is
and
arming, that Israel is arming to fight against Hamas, are these really Palestinians, or did they bring people in from some other country to fight against the Palestinians?
these people are Palestinians from Gaza with criminal records. They had been drug dealers or drug addicted, or collaborators with the Israeli occupation before the start of the ongoing genocide. And these people are getting arms and equipment, military equipment from the Israeli occupation and from the United Arab Emirates, and they are being used to fight us. They don't only they don't fight, or the Israeli occupation forces don't use them to fight the Palestinian resistance, but to fight the Palestinian civilians everywhere. They asked him to steal the aid which is delivered by the UN under the supervision of UN agencies, in order to make a pretext that gangs or Hamas are stealing the aid. Once the Israeli occupation army got recording of the gangsters from these gangs shooting at people who were trying to get aid from the trucks which carried the aid to the people in Gaza. And they said that the IDF said that claimed that these people who are shooting at the starving people are Hamas and the resistance members. But originally, these people were from the mercenaries, the Palestinian mercenaries used by the IDF. These people, all of them are Palestinians. They aren't from outside. and their families disowned them. Their tribes also issued official statements disowning these members and said that they are collaborating with the Israeli occupation forces and they aren't they deserve to be out of the Palestinian fabric. So that they are now outcast, even if the Israeli occupation forces withdrew from Gaza, their families themselves would deal with them. Uh, uh, and there is another development which is going on now related to the ceasefire negotiations, which is the persistence of the Israeli occupation to remain in Morag corridor, which divides Rafah, the city of Rafah, the southern Gaza city, which is beside Egypt, from the other parts of the Gaza Strip. This city is almost one fourth of the area of the whole area of the Gaza Strip. They want to keep this city, the city of Rafah, behind Murad corridor in order to push. They are explicitly speaking about, the Israeli occupation leaders are explicitly speaking about pushing and forcing the civilians in Gaza southward to be behind Morag corridor in the city of Rafah, as they call it, a humanitarian area. And some of the Israeli leaders call it as it is, a concentration camp, and the Israeli media call it as it is, a concentration camp. They are trying to push the Palestinians remaining in Gaza, in different parts of Gaza, towards this area, towards this concentration camp. And those who refuse to move to this concentration camp could be labeled as Hamas, and so that they would be legitimate target for the Israeli occupation forces to be attacked and killed under the pretext of they are Hamas and militants, and they carried out or took part in carrying out the 7 of October attacks, which they use as a pretext to carry out the ongoing genocide. I think.
Go ahead. You can ask.
No, that was my question, if that's true, because we are hearing here news that Bibi Netanyahu announced humanitarian sites which are concentration camps, and he said he's going to check every Palestinian for any weapons. So you know how they're going to treat them there. It will be a dehumanizing treatment, something that we saw only in the movies over here in the West, when they're playing us movies about the Holocaust. That's what we are thinking here, that they are preparing for Palestinians now. And they said that they are going to move people from those humanitarian cities to the Sinai. Is that what you are hearing?
Yeah, yes, they don't hide their intention, the real intention. They are saying that this moving the Palestinians to this concentration camp is a preparation for moving them or forcing them towards Sinai, and making the whole Gaza Strip free from or empty from all the Palestinians, as the preliminary step before bringing the Jewish and the Zionist settlers to resettle in this area, this Palestinian area.
What do you think it is for? Do you think it is for the elites and their real estate plans for the Gaza Strip, or you think it's a greater Israeli project, or the Yinon plan of 1982, some messianic dreams of Jewish utopia? Can you please tell us what do you believe this is about?
I think, I believe this is part of the Greater Israel, a project which includes
It went blank on us,
Is that
Motasem.
Israeli project?
Yeah, I heard what he said. He did say that. And of course, another curiosity is I assume Israel, even though this is an Egyptian territory, will actually control
Sinai.
the Sinai, and they will control what happens to the Palestinians. This is the most they call Gaza an open air prison, Motassim, but this is even far worse than an open air prison. This is like an Auschwitz for the Palestinians, and I am, which I will say Motassim will be back on in a moment when he has a better signal. But I am so distraught, and I know you are as well. When you talk to someone that is in Gaza and you're face to face with them, your heart goes out for them even greater than watching it on the camera. And I see this beautiful little child in behind Motassim, and I realize so few children have survived this war.
Well, he lost many family members.
Yes, he's already lost. That's true. And I don't know, that could be his grandson. I know there's a young man there as well that we see from time to time. And and it's just, Yanka,
It
it
is
is,
beyond comprehension. Its brain stops when you think about what is happening, and the world is watching, and all they're doing is debating, but they're doing absolutely nothing to stop Israel from horrific war crimes and um, egregious actions.
yeah, it's just terrible. So we have Motassim coming back on now. Yeah, for him is what it is. Motassim, do they have your camera sideways on you? But
sorry, I am back. Sorry for.
no, it's quite all right. It's not your fault. We know this. But your camera is not rotating for you. If you want to turn the phone the other way, it's okay to do that too. But are the Israelis going to be controlling what's happening to you guys? Are they going to control? They're perfect. It's working perfect now. Are they going to be controlling these camps in the Sinai, or are they going to give this to the Egyptians?
I don't know what is their plan after pushing us to Sinai, but the main issue for them is to move us out of Palestine, out of the Gaza Strip. It means that out of historic Palestine, and afterwards they would be dealing with a bigger issue, which is Palestinians who had been moved from the Gaza Strip, and the Egyptians who are the residents or living in Sinai. They also, I think, they are planning to move them out of Sinai because they want to build a completely a pure Jewish state, which is the Greater Israel. And I think that they haven't leaked, or they haven't tell or make any of their after plans public so far. But their plans, which are clear today, and they are speaking about them explicitly, which are pushing the Palestinians out of Gaza, now to Rafah, then to Sinai, and then this complete annexation of the occupied West Bank and the occupied parts of Jerusalem, and then moving or expanding their borders towards the Golan Heights, and then to occupy parts of Syria and parts of Egypt, parts of the Gulf states.
Yes, yes. And what do you think their bigger plans are once they have Greater Israel? What do they want to do? Once they have this Greater Israel, right? What do they want to do?
Some people believe that Motasem, that Israel's plan is to control the world in a new world order. And we believe that. We see that they're trying to do this to control the entire world. They control the United States. They control Great Britain. Everybody does whatever. These countries will bomb and kill innocent children, women, and men in Gaza. And it's like the world does nothing about it.
What do you think of the reaction? Of course, you know the reaction of the West politicians. They are supporting it and they are financing all of this. What do you think of a reaction of EU? Did you hear that there is a pressure now on EU to separate from Israel and sanction Israel? Did you hear that there is a pressure?
I think that I've been hearing this for years. They claim, the EU leaders claim that they don't accept or they are against the Israeli aggression against the Palestinians and against the daily Israeli settler attacks and violence in the occupied West Bank and against the Israeli siege on Gaza, which has been there for more than 18 years. But they have done nothing. This means that they are only making or they are making remarks to tell the or to pursue.
Basically, they're talking and nothing is happening.
Yeah, always. Motasem, it froze up on you, but if you can hear me. One question I would have.
Their public and their nations that they are against the Israeli and Zionist, but their leaders are supporting this violence. So that they are obliged, they find themselves that they are obligated to issue remarks against this violence in order to persuade their people that they are against this violence. However, in fact, they are supporting and funding this violence because they pay for they have economic partnerships. They have culture. They send arms every day and every month, and they know that the
sadly for even for the Europeans,
the United States is vetoing any resolution calling for action, keeping or maintaining their partnership. They're maintaining their partnership with and support for the United States. They have never asked the United States
to stop.
Yes.
Stop supplying the bombs.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, because EU is worried or kind of afraid of the United States.
Its veto against the Israeli and Venezuela against Palestine, so that with the violence against us. No, it's not a kind of fear. It's a kind of partnership.
One day we'll have a good connection and we'll be able to talk to Motasem without all this here.
It's a kind of the rights of all of them. The United States and the Europeans feel that Israel is their project in the Middle East.
I want to ask you, why don't, Yemen, outside of Yemen, why don't the other Arabic nations come together to help Gaza? But instead of Christians have been duped from the Schofield Zionism. It says this great deception would come. This you've been living it for almost 100 years, so that they could bring forth, they could take the stages. Even Daniel 7, I think it's verse 25. That has been over time fulfilling, where he says thinks to change the times and the decree, and they have slowly but surely and it's funny too that Schofield's first name is Cyrus, right? So Cyrus's decree was that they could go forward and build the temple, but he gave it to everyone on the Cyrus cylinder. Cyrus Schofield gave a decree by handing them a commentary Bible that allowed them to go forth and create a state of Israel, to get the Christians to support it, turn the Christians into Zionists. And instead of the Christians still looking at the fundamental facts, and there were quite a few ministers that tried to wake the Christians up about it. But
are we going to get him back?
I don't think we are. So we're going to end this here in just a moment. From there. So you can follow him if you want to support him. You are able to. I don't know what we can do, but he is doing an amazing job bringing us photographs, things like that, from what's happening there. And as you heard today, we get to hear some of the things that are actually going on. Very sad, very disturbing what's happening. And as the Israelis just totally dismantled their city. So, and the sad thing is that so many of these people, these are innocent people. They have nothing to do with what happened on October the 7th. And as I've said to you many times before, I believe October the 7th was an inside job. I 100% believe that. So, anyway, so sad. And so many doctors have been killed as well. But like I said, this is Motasem's Twitter channel there. Follow him, subscribe to the work that he does there, because he is trying his best to get the truth out to the people as the best he can. God bless him. Thank you, Motasem, for being on with us today.